Hello dear students, in this video session we are going to discuss previous questions from life process chapter. This is one of the important and high weightage chapters. I hope you all are seriously preparing for your final examination. This video will be help you to get full marks in life process chapter. What are all MCQ questions have been asked from the life process chapter? In this video we are going to solve. Look at the first question. First question from Stomata. A stomata closes when? A stomata closes when they're asking. We know stomatas, a tiny openings present on the surface of leaf called stomata. Stomata's function is what? Exchanging of gases, carbon dioxide and oxygen, and stomata also involved in where? Transpiration process. Yes or no, students? They're given a fourth statement. Look at the first statement. It need carbon dioxide for photosynthesis. Yes, stomatas need carbon dioxide. Stomatas need for the exchanging of gases. So if I take this is guard cell. Look at here, this is guard cell, and the between guard cell, whatever the small tiny opening is there called what? Tell me, stomatal opening or stomatal pore. Look at here, bean shape or kidney shape of what? Guard cell. This is the stomata. Through stomata, carbon dioxide in and oxygen out. This is called exchanging, right? Exchanging of gases. But they are asking when will stomata close? Look at the first option, it need carbon dioxide for photosynthesis. When carbon dioxide need for photosynthesis, stomatas open, not close, open. So this is not correct statement. Number two, it does not need carbon dioxide for photosynthesis. When carbon dioxide is not required for photosynthesis, stomatas close. Stomatas close. So this is a right statement. Okay. And number three, water flows out of the guard cell. Water flow out of the guard cell and water flow into the guard cell they mentioned. We know who will actually regulate the opening and closing of stomata. Guard cells will regulate. Yes or no? Guard cells will regulate. What happened? Surround around these guard cells, what are the epidermal cells? Are they like this? Look at here. These are the epidermal cells. You know endosmosis and exosmosis process. Tell me, from this epidermal cell, water entered into the guard cell. It is called endosmosis process. When water entered into the guard cell started to swell and open. Guard cells started to swell and open. Look at here what they mentioned. Water flows out of the guard cell, water flow into the guard cell. When water entered into the guard cell, they started to what? Tell me, open. So what would happen when water go out of the guard cell? Look at here. When water go out of the guard cells will be shrink. When guard cells shrink, stomata close. Look at here, the water flow out of the guard cell, they started to close. They're asking question on the close. So what is the correct answer? Tell me. The right answer is option 2 and option 3. What is the right answer? Option C is the correct answer. This time on stomata, many questions have been asked. I would like to show you the NCERT exact point of this question. Look at here. If you read the NCERT, page number 83, all of you open page number 83. I'm going to show you lot of important points related to stomata. Look at what is given. Let us study how plant obtain carbon dioxide. Now, carbon dioxide is essential for photosynthesis, for the making of glucose. We know there are two major inorganic substances involved in the photosynthesis. One is called carbon dioxide, one is called water. From water, oxygen will be released and ATP also will come, and from carbon dioxide, glucose will obtain. So how do these plants get this carbon dioxide, obtain this carbon dioxide? Look at here. It's given here. What? We had talk about stomata. Look at the stomata, which are tiny pores present on surface of leaf. I told you the definition. Tiny openings or pores present on the surface of leaves called stomata. Now look at here. Massive amount of gaseous exchange takes place in the leaf through these pores. This can come for association reason. Massive amount of gaseous exchange through stomata. Not only stomata, student, remember root, leaf, stem also will be participate in the loss of what they call this water. Look at here what is given here. But important to note here that exchange of gases occur across the surface of stem, root, leaf also. I told you Stem, root, leaf also gaseous exchange takes place. This point can come for what assertion reason? Now our related to our question, the exact point is here. Look at here. What is given? The plant close the spores when it does not need carbon dioxide for photosynthesis. Come back to our question. Look at here where it does not need carbon dioxide for photosynthesis. Direct statement. Direct statement. Come here. Here also what is clearly mentioned? When it does not need carbon dioxide for photosynthesis, stomatas close. Stomatas close. Come to the next one. The opening and closing of pores is a function of guard cell. This is a very important. Tell me who will actually regulate the opening and closing of stomata? Guard cells. There are some bean shape of or kidney shape of cells are surround around the stomata. We call guard cell. Look at here. This is guard cell. Look at it. This is the guard cell. You know, I hope you all are practicing the diagrams also, right? This is a very, very important. These are guard cells. Guard cells have chloroplast. Guard cells have a nucleus. Guard cells also consist one vacuole. Vacuole is a characteristic feature of what? Plant cell. Clear? This diagram is opening stomata. This diagram is closing of stomata. So who will open and who will close? Guard cells. What undergo the process? These guard cells undergo some process to open and close the stomata. Look at here. The guard cell. Careful, look at here. From here onwards. The guard cell swell. The guard cells swell when water flows into them. What exactly meaning of this one? Look at here. From epidermal cells, when water entered into this guard cell started to swell and open the stomata. When will open the stomata? Tell me. When water entered into the guard cell. Come back to our question. In our question, water flow out of the guard cell, water flow into the guard cell. When will open? I said when water entered into the guard cell. What happened? Entered into the guard cell, they open. When water come out, come back to the diagram. From this guard cell, when water come out, these guard cells will shrink. When guard cells shrink, stomata close. Read here. Read the continuous statement. What is given? Causing a stomatal pore open. When will open? When water entered into the guard cell. Next, similarly, the pore close if guard cell shrink. What is the meaning of guard cell shrink? From the guard cell. Tell me, all of you. From the guard cell, water taken out. Water come out. When water come out, cell will shrink. When it is shrink, they started to close. So what is the right answer of our question? Look at here, all of you. The correct answer is 2 and 3 are the correct answer. In these two conditions, stomatas close. So all of you carefully read the NCERT line by line. MCQ questions are directly from the NCERT. Diagrams are directly from the NCERT. Last year, 2024, from stomata and stomatal related topics, many questions have been repeated. So look at here, the second question I'm going to read. Look at the second question, diagrammatic second question. Same on stomata. 2023 paper. 2024 stomatal statement based question they asked. 2023 diagram based question. Look at here. This is closing stomata. Stomata close. So guard cells shrink. Yes or no? Look at here what is mentioned in the given diagram of a closed stomata 1, 2, 3, 4 respectively are the given. Okay, what is this one? So shall I write the one is nucleus? This is a nucleus. Here I am writing this one is nucleus, right? And this guard cell here it is nucleus. What about this all small white dots? Actually they are green dots, right? These are the chlorophyll. This is chlorophyll. Guard cell consists chlorophyll for what? Photosynthesis, right? Photosynthesis. So first one I can write what? First one nucleus. This is nucleus. Second one is chloroplast. Third one is, remember student, it is a big vacuole. This is a vacuole. So I'm writing third one is vacuole. And the last one is guard cell. Find out the correct answer now. The correct answer is, I'm writing here it is what? Tell me. Nucleus, chloroplast, vacuole and what they call guard cell. Nucleus, chloroplast, vacuole and guard cell. The right answer is option B is the correct answer. Stomata, closed stomata, diagrammatic question. So all of you need to practice diagrams directly from where? NCRIT. Life process chapter, do not ignore. It is a very, very important chapter. Look at the next question. Next question, 2024 from life process chapter. This question I've been asked from circulatory system, human circulatory system. Now, which of the following statements are true about human heart? Human heart, 4 statement given, and which of the following is true, they are asking. Number 1, right atrium receive oxygenated blood. Completely wrong. Right atrium receive deoxygenated blood from the superior and inferior vena cava, upper parts and lower part of the body. Inferior and superior vena cava, what kind of blood? Deoxygenated, impure blood. So statement wrong. A is wrong. Left atrium transfer oxygenated blood to left ventricle, which sent into various parts of the body. Absolutely correct. So right side is deoxygenated blood, left side is oxygenated blood. Left auricle, look at here. If I draw the diagram, this is the right auricle and this is left auricle, and these two are lower chambers are called ventricle. Okay, now this left one is receive oxygenated blood from where? Pulmonary vein. 2 pairs of pulmonary veins are there. So 2 pairs of pulmonary veins are open into where? Left auricle. Left auricle, the blood is transferred to where? Tell me. Left ventricle. From left ventricle, the biggest artery come out. Aorta. Look at here. If I draw from here, one big blood vessel come out called aorta, which transport the oxygenated blood to the all part of the body. The statement is correct. Second statement is correct. Third one, right atrium receive deoxygenated blood. Okay, till here everything correct. Through vena cava from upper and lower part of the body. Yes, statement correct. Third statement correct. Fourth statement, left atrium transfer oxygenated blood into aorta, which send it to different part of the body. Left atrium transfer or left ventricle, students? Tell me, left atrium or left ventricle? Sir, left ventricle, not left atrium. Left atrium transfer oxygenated blood into the left atrium to left ventricle, not to aorta. So here what is given? Left atrium transfer oxygenated blood to aorta. It's not aorta. Sir, it's into where? Ventricle. Which ventricle? Tell me. Left ventricle. So this statement also not correct. So answer me here. Which of the following statements are true? How many are true? Tell me. B, C are true. Answer is option C. B, C are true. Am I clear? B, C are true. I hope you all are following me, right? Next question. Look at the next question. 2024 from respiratory system of human. Life process chapter, respiratory system. What it is given? In human respiratory system, when a person breathe in, shall I call inhalation? Shall I call inspiration? So here I am writing this process is known as inhalation or inspiration. We discuss in theory class, breathing consists of 2 steps. One is called inhalation, one is called exhalation. Got my point? Now, the position of ribs and also diaphragm will be they're asking. Which one flat, which one lift up? Can any one of you? Which one lift up, which one flat? This is a direct NCRT line. After my explanation, I will show you the NCRT line also. Mark this one, all of you. Here, what is given? Lift up ribs, correct? And curve the dome and shape. No. Diaphragm will become flattened. So, what is the right answer? Lifted ribs and flattened diaphragm. Correct answer option B. During the inhalation process, the information from medulla sent to what? Tell me, intercostal muscles. Between the ribs, whatever the muscles are, the intercostal muscles. So rib cage lift up. Rib cage lift up, diaphragm will become flattened. So what happened? What kind of volume is inside the lung? Inside the lung, volume increase, pressure decrease, negative pressure generate. So outer environment is what? Positive. Pressure is more, air pressure is more. Inside the lung, pressure is less. We know air move from higher pressure to lower pressure. Suction generate. That's how we can take air from environment. It is called inspiration. Look at here. I would like to show you the NCERT line. This is paper number 9, page 90. Page number 90. Look at. Within the lungs, the passage divides into smaller and smaller tubes which finally terminate into balloon-like structures which are called alveoli. This statement can come for assertion and reason. Assertion and reason. Tiny, small, balloon-like structures are called, tell me, alveoli. Alveoli is the structural and functional unit of lung where exactly exchanging of gases takes place. Keep in mind. Now, the alveoli provide a surface where exchange of gases can be takes place. I told you exchange of gases takes place. Where? Alveoli. The walls of alveoli contain extensive network of blood vessels. As we have seen in earlier, when we breathe, from here onwards the point is coming. Our question related point is coming from here. When we breathe in, we lift our ribs and flatten our diaphragm, and chest cavity become larger as a result. Because of this, air is sucked into the lungs and fill the expanded alveoli. I told you, when you inhale, chest cavity, these ribs are lift up and diaphragm flatten. What kind of pressure generate inside the lung? Negative pressure. We know when volume increase, pressure what happened? Decrease. Look at here, when I'm taking breathing. Look at here, volume increase inside my lung and pressure decrease. Negative pressure generate. Where is the pressure more? Environment pressure more, air pressure more. So air is moving from higher pressure to lower pressure. So suction generate. It is called inhalation. NCERT points are very, very important. Line by line, all of you before exam finish, students. Any question, MCQ question come from this line, NCERT direct line. You got my point? So the right answer is what? Come back all of you. When we breathe in, inhalation, ribs lift up and flatten the diaphragm. Am I clear? Shall we go to the next question? Look at the next question. 2024, one more question from life process chapter. In human being, when the process of digestion is completed, we know in our food, there are three major type of substances are there. Tell me what are they? Carbohydrates. These carbohydrates are, normally we call what? Tell me, starch. These carbohydrates are digested into glucose. Yes or no, students? Now, what is the second major one? Proteins. Proteins are digested into amino acid. Finally, fats. Fats are digested into what? Tell me, glycerol and fatty acid. Yes or no? Fatty acid. The question is telling digestion is completed. The 1, protein, 2, carbohydrate, 3, fats are respectively they mentioned. 3 substances they mentioned here. Okay, complete. Now look at here. Proteins. First, what they mentioned, tell me in the first, protein, second, carbohydrate and also fat they mentioned. Proteins into amino acid, right? Carbohydrates into glucose and fats into what? Tell me, fatty acid. So next, option B, amino acid, glucose, fatty acid and glycerol they mentioned. Next, first one is glucose, second one fatty acid, no. First one is sugar, no. So what is the correct answer here? Option A, amino acid, glucose and fatty acid, or amino acid, glucose and fatty acid and glycerol. So we can go with option 3 is the correct answer. I would like to show you the NCERT line also where it is mentioned. Come back here. Look at here in this one. What is clearly mentioned? The enzymes present in it finally converted the proteins into amino acid. Page number 86. Proteins into amino acids. Next, complex carbohydrates into glucose and fats into fatty acid and glycerol. Direct NCERT line. Carbohydrates into glucose, protein into amino acid, fats into fatty acid and glycerol. So what is the right answer of our question? Option B is the correct answer. Am I clear? Shall we move on to the next question? Next question. Look at here the next question. 2023 question. Consider the following statements about small intestine and select the which one is not correct. Select the one which one is not correct. Which one is not correct? Incorrect statement. Okay. Now, the length of the small intestine in animal differ as it depends on the type of food they eat. Absolutely correct. We have already discussed the intestinal length is very high and highly coiled if that organism is herbivore, because cellulose is difficult to digest. When it is a carnivore, it is shorter and less coiled, we discussed. Do you remember? So what is mentioned? The length of small intestine. The length of small intestine, if it is very big and highly twisted, that is herbivore. If the length of intestine is short, it is called what? Carnivore. Yes or no? So what kind of food it is eating? It's on depend. Correct. It's correct. Next, the small intestine is the site of complete digestion of food. Absolutely correct. But they are asking incorrect statement, kids. They are asking incorrect statement. First two statements are correct. Number 3. The small intestine receives secretions from liver and pancreas. Absolutely correct. Liver, bile, pancreas, pancreatic enzymes. Pancreatic enzyme, and from liver, what they call bile. Hepatopancreatic duct is there, that's open into the duodenum. That this statement also correct. Next, the villi of the small intestine absorb water from the unabsorbed food before it gets removed from the body via anus is mentioned. Via anus. Water undergo reabsorption in the large intestine or small intestine? Unabsorbed food, and also what they call, tell me here, water is undergo reabsorption from the undigested food in where? Not in small intestine, in the large intestine. Colon. In the colon, large intestine, if I draw the diagram, look at here all of you, this is large intestine. Look at here all of you, this is large intestine. Okay, large intestine is divided into colon, rectum, and also what, tell me, anus. Look at it, this is a large intestine. Here it is a small intestine is there. You look at this is a small intestine. Small intestine last part we call what? Ileum. This small intestine last part, and so large intestine first part will be combined to form a appendix. This is appendix. So where exactly food material undergo digestion? In small intestine. This is a small intestine where complete food material undergo digestion. Carbohydrate, glucose, proteins, amino acid, fat, fatty acid, and glycerol. And absorption also takes place in small intestine. Where will undigested food will go? Undigested food will come into the large intestine. This is called large intestine. So in large intestine, what happened? Water undergo reabsorption from this undigested food. So what is the incorrect statement? Sir, this is incorrect statement. I would like to show you the point. Look at here, this is NCERT point. This paragraph is important, student. All of you mark this one. Here the point is exactly below. Digested food is taken up by walls of the intestine. The inner lining of small intestine has numerous finger-like projections called villi, which increase surface area for absorption. The villi are richly supplied with blood vessels, which take the absorption of food to each and every cell of the body. Where, look at here after our point is coming, look at here, where it is utilized for the obtaining energy, build up a new tissues for the repairing. Sir, where is the undigested food and also absorption of water takes place? In large intestine. Villi are essential for the absorption of food, not water from the undigested. Here somewhere it is given. Look at here all of you, the second point here. The small intestine is the site of complete digestion of carbohydrates, protein, fat. It receives secretion from liver and pancreas for this purpose. Come back to our question. What is mentioned? Look at here. It is a site of completion of food that we already covered. Next, the length also. Intestine is vary in herbivores and carnivores. The small intestine receives secretion of livers and pancreas. Look at here. It receives liver and pancreas directly mentioned. It is here. The food coming from stomach is acidic and has been made alkaline for the pancreatic enzymes to act. Student, remember here, in this small intestine, the villi are not reabsorb the water. You got my point? The where reabsorption of water takes place in where? Large intestine. So what is the incorrect statement of previous question? They given the villi of small intestine absorb water from the unabsorbed food before it get removed from this one. This is actually large intestine. So our incorrect answer is what? Option D. Incorrect statement is option D. The right correct answer is option D. You got my point? You understand my point? This paragraph, very, very important. Everyone should write down and underline these points. Correct? Next question. 2023 from same life process chapter. Sphincter muscles are present at the exit of sphincter muscles. If you closely look at it, this is esophagus, and this is stomach. Right? There are two sphincters are there. Pyloric and cardiac sphincters are there, but name is not given in NCERT, so we don't want that one. There is one sphincter at the end of this, what tell me, what they call esophagus and the beginning of stomach. The second one is called end of stomach and beginning of what tell me, intestine. Two sphincters are there. And this side we have what tell me, one bilobe, our large exocrine gland. What is that? Tell me. Liver is there. This is the liver. Clear, student? Two sphincters are there. Now listen. Undigested food. I told you from small intestine it go to the large intestine. There also one ileocecal sphincter is there, but that's not mentioned in the NCERT. Remember here the food whatever partially digested in the stomach, which we call chyme, is going from stomach into the where? Duodenum through this sphincter. The sphincter muscles are present at the exit of stomach and small intestine, stomach and anus, no. Small intestine and large intestine, no. Esophagus and stomach. The right answer is stomach and small intestine. Carefully look at here what NCERT mentioned. Come back, look at here what is given in NCERT. The exit of food from stomach is regulated by sphincter muscles, which release into small amount into small intestine. From stomach, the food now entered into small intestine. So where is this muscular sphincter? Stomach to small intestine. You need to read NCERT line by line, student. Otherwise, MCQs you might lose the marks. So MCQs carefully prepare NCERT line by line. Read the sphincter muscle between or exit between what tell me stomach and intestine. This paragraph I would like to also show you something. This is the longest part of the alimentary canal. Which one is the longest part? Small intestine is the longest part in the alimentary canal, which is fitted into the compact space because of extensive coiling. The length of small intestine, look at here, previous question direct statement here. The length of small intestine differ in various animals depending on the food they eat. Absolutely statement correct. Look at here. Herbivores eating grass need a longer intestine to allow cellulose to be digested. I told you this one in the previous question. Herbivorous animal, longest highly coiled small intestine to be cellulose digest. Come to the next point. Meat is easier to digest, hence carnivores like tiger have shorter small intestine. Statement based question and also assertion reason questions. You got my point? So what is the correct answer of this question? Stomach and intestine. Cardiac and pyloric sphincters are the name of this sphincter, but NCERT did not mention. We don't want that one. Next question. Look at the next question. 2023. Leaf. TS of leaf. Look at here. What is given? First one. Let me mark this one. Epidermis. This is epidermis, right? Epidermal tissue. Epidermis I am writing. This is called mesophils. Mesophil. Sponge cells. Spongy parenchyma, sponge cells. And what about this 4? If you know what is 4, automatically you'll get the answer. So the fourth one is stomatal opening, stomatal pore. It is the stomatal pore or stomatal opening. Look at the question. The question is, in the following diagram, identify the cell through which massive amount of gaseous exchange takes place through photosynthesis. I told you in the question number 1, massive amount of gaseous exchange, stomata. So the correct answer is what? Tell me. 4. So where is 4? Option B is the correct answer. I would like to show you the same diagram, what exactly NCERT mentioned. This is the diagram. Remember, all of you, everyone should practice and go. In chloro, look at the mesophil cell. This is mesophil cell, okay? This is mesophil cell. Mesophil cell. Student, where exactly chlorophyll present? Sir, mesophil cell chlorophyll present, and in the spongy cells also chlorophyll present. Spongy cells also chlorophyll present, and in guard cell also chlorophyll present. So which all cells will do photosynthesis? Guard cells and spongy cells and mesophil cells. This opening is known as what? Tell me. This opening called stomatal pore. Stomatal opening or stomatal pore. So through which massive amount of gaseous exchange takes place. So our answer is 4 is the correct answer. I hope you all are following me. Look at the next question. 2023. During vigorous exercise, the occurrence of cramp. Very easy question. Occurrence of cramp due to the lack of oxygen in the muscle. Pyruvic acid, we know glucose 6-carbon compound in the cytoplasm. In cytoplasm, this glucose convert into 2 molecule of dash. Any one of you tell me 2 molecule of what? Pyruvic acid. Pyruvic acid. This process takes place in where? Cytoplasm. This process known as glycolysis. Okay, this term is not given, don't worry. This pyruvic acid, due to the lack of oxygen in the muscle, this pyruvic acid convert into lactic acid. This lactic acid accumulate in the muscle to cause cramp. What is the correct answer now? What is the right answer? So the right answer is option C. Along with pyruvic acid, very little amount of what also release? Energy also release. Here, lack of oxygen. In the exam, absence of oxygen they give, you should go with the yeast. Ethyl alcohol, ethanol will form there. Carbon dioxide will form, ethanol will form, and a little amount of what they call energy will form. But here it is what? Tell me, vigorous exercise in muscle, lack of oxygen, tell me lactic acid will deposit in the muscle. Look at here, I would like to show you. Look at here. This is exactly a point, NCERT point. Sometimes when there is a lack of oxygen in our muscle cells, what happened? Another pathway for the breakdown of pyruvate is taken. Here, pyruvate is converted into lactic acid. Remember all of you, direct NCERT point. Pyruvic acid convert into lactic acid, and this lactic acid accumulated in the muscle to cause a pain or cramp. You got my point? Look at here, which also 3-carbon molecule, this build up of lactic acid in our muscle during sudden activity cause cramp. Direct MCQ question. Are you following me? Shall we go to the next question? Next question is 2023. One diagrammatic phenomena is given. Look at the diagrammatic phenomena. I hope you all understand. Water from the soil through root absorbing, and this water is going up into the areolar part, and through stomata in the form of a water vapor it is coming out. This process called something, tell me, transpiration. This process is called, tell me, transpiration. Transpiration is important to maintain the temperature, plant temperature, and also involved in the movement of water from down to up, transpiration pull, and it is also remove little amount of waste material. I think it is like a type of excretion. Yes or no? Look at it, what is mentioned. Observe the following diagram and identify the process and significance. The process is transpiration. Evaporation, maintaining water content in leaf. No. Number 2, transpiration. Yes. Create a suction force which pull water inside the plant. Correct. Next, excretion helps in excreting out waste water from the plant. But here it is what, beta? The transpiration, clearly water vapor and leaf also mentioned. So we are going with what? Transpiration. We are going with what, tell me? Transpiration. Translocation. It is not a translocation. What is translocation? Movement of organic matter from leaf to the all part of the body, or to the root, stem, different various part of the body. Transportation of, tell me, glucose. Not glucose, in the form of sucrose. In the form of sucrose, they are going to transport. That's called translocation. Phloem will involve in that one. Look at here. What is given in NCERT? In the NCERT, provided that the plant has adequate supply of water, the water which is lost through the stomata is replaced by water from the xylem vessels in the leaf. In fact, evaporation of water molecule from a leaf or cells of the leaf create a suction which pulls water from xylem. So what exactly that phenomena? That phenomena is transpiration. Transpiration. Clear? Now it's already clear, beta. Given the loss of water in the form of water vapor through aerial part of plant we call transpiration. Come back here. The water is coming, look at your leaf, water vapor lossing. This process is called, tell me, transpiration. So I am going with option B is the correct answer. I am writing. B is the right answer. Clear, students? Come to the next question. Next question, 2023 question. Again 2023. Opening and closing of stomata due to, I told you this one in the first question. Opening and closing of stomata due to guard cell endosmosis and exosmosis. Look at here. High pressure of gases inside the cell. No. Movement of water in and out of the guard cell. Yes. So option B is the correct answer. Stimulation of light, no. Stimulus of light, no. Diffusion of carbon dioxide in and out, no. So the right answer is what? Answer is in the guard cell water in and out. Option B. Clear? Come to the next question. 2023 again. Next question. As compared to terrestrial organism, the rate of breathing in aquatic organism is faster, because in water the dissolving oxygen percentage is what? Less. So the right answer is what? Faster because they need more oxygen. No, faster because amount of dissolved oxygen rate is fairly low. Yes, absolutely correct. So option B is the correct answer. Option B is the correct answer. Come to the next direct question here. Direct point from NCERT. Since the amount of dissolved oxygen fairly low, where? Fairly low in water compared to the amount of oxygen in the air. So this dissolved oxygen fairly low in water, aquatic environment. Remember, aquatic environment. The rate of breathing of aquatic organism is much faster than the seen in terrestrial organism. So the rate of aquatic organism breathing is faster because in the water the dissolved oxygen content is low. Are you with me? You got my point? Statement based question and assertion reason question also. All of you mark this one. Next question. Look at the next question. 2023. column 1, column 2, the two columns they given. Look at here. Given below are two columns. Column 1 show as the enzyme secreted by the glands. Okay, these are the different enzymes, and these are different type of what they call components which they are going to work. So what actually they are asking? Choose the option showing correct matching. Correct matching they are asking. Fine. Pepsin, starch. No, pepsin acts on proteins. Pepsin acts on protein. Pepsin is what? Actually protein digested enzyme from gastric glands. Acidic medium, it will activate. Next, trypsin, alkaline medium, proteins, absolutely correct. Pancreas will produce this enzyme. Pepsinogen convert into trypsinogen convert into trypsin. Correct? Now, lipase, proteins, no. Lipase, fats. Next, amylase, emulsified fat, no. Amylase on carbohydrates, or we can write what will be starch. Starch. So, the correct answer is option B, starch. So, option B, trypsinogen to protein. Correct? Next question. Look at the next one. 2024 accession and reason question. Accession, reason question. Everyone need to practice accession, reason question first. Everyone. Look at here. What is given? The rate of breathing in aquatic organism is much faster than the terrestrial organism. I told you. I have shown you the NCERT line. You know why I am showing the NCERT line? These questions, this statement, these lines can come for accession and reason. 2024 last year question from the life process chapter, direct line. Direct line. Look at the question. The rate of breathing aquatic organism, correct or not? True or not? Yes, this statement is true. Statement is true. Reason. The amount of oxygen dissolved in water is very high. Tell me, amount of oxygen in the dissolving water is high or low? What is your answer? Sir, it is fairly low. So, this statement is wrong. Here it is low, not high. So, what is your answer? The answer is accession is true, reason false. Option C. That's why I'm showing the NCERT line. Most important statement these are, students. So, all of you underline before examination, thoroughly see the NCERT textbook. Next question. 2024 accession reason from circulatory system. In the human heart, ventricles have thicker muscular wall than atria. Thicker muscular wall than the atria. If I draw the diagram, this is auricle. Upper chambers are called auricle. Lower chambers are known as what? Tell me, ventricle. These are ventricle. We know left ventricle chambers are 3 times. Left ventricle walls are 3 times what? Thicker than the right. Yes or no? Thicker than the right. Let me draw like this. Look at here. This is bicuspid and tricuspid wall. Look at here. This is bicuspid, tricuspid wall. This is right atrium, right ventricle, and this one is left ventricle. Look at here. Left ventricle walls are, this is left ventricle walls are thicker. Normally, ventricle walls are thicker than the auricle. Why thicker? Because they need to pump the blood to the all part of the body, students. Yes or no? From right ventricle aorta, pulmonary artery to lungs, deoxygenated blood, and from left ventricle aorta, oxygenated blood to the all part of the body. Can any one of you answer me now? This two blood is going to the all part of the body. One is going to the lungs and one is going to the all part of the body. So pressure should be more. That's the reason why ventricle walls are thicker than the auricle. Auricle function is what? To pump blood, not pump, you send the blood from where? Upper to lower chamber. But actually, who will pump? Who will contract? Who will measure with high pressure contract? Ventricles with high pressure they contract. With that pressure only blood flows into the arteries. Am I clear? So look at here what is given. The next reason. Ventricles have pumped the blood into the various organs. Yes. So answer option A. Correct reason. Both statements are correct and reason is the correct explanation for the assertion. So I'm going with tell me both assertion and reasons are true and R is the correct explanation for A. Shall we move on to the next question? Look at the next question. It's clearly mentioned, page number 92. Look at here. Since ventricles have pumped blood to the various organs, they have thicker muscular wall than the atria. Direct line. That's why I have been shouting. I have been showing you the NCERT line, student. Everyone take NCERT and line by line finish. You will get 30 out of 30 in biology. 100 by 100 in what they call science, our target. Am I clear? Shall we move on to the next question? Look at the next question. 2023, blood clotting prevent excessive loss of blood. Correct. Statement correct. Blood clotting prevent excess loss of blood. Correct. Next. Blood clotting is due to a plasma and white blood cells present in the blood. If you closely look at here, if I take one what they call test tube, look at this is test tube. If I take in the test tube blood, if you keep this blood, after some time this all blood cells will be settled at the bottom of test tube and one pale yellow fluid will be on the top of this blood. This is called what? Tell me, plasma. Plasma. I told you in the theory class 55% of plasma and blood cells are 45%. And in the blood cell, there are three types of blood cells. What are they? Let me write like this. One is called RBC, one is called WBC, and the last one is called what? Tell me, platelets. Platelets. Now, who will involve in the blood clot? RBC, WBC or platelets? Tell me. Platelets involved, not WBC. Not WBC. And in plasma, various type of proteins are there. These proteins also essential. So proteins plus platelets involved in the blood clot. So reason is true or false? My dear kids, tell me here. So plasma is correct, white blood cells are wrong. So I'm going what? Assertion is true, but reason is false. Option C is the correct answer. Are you with me? You got my point? Plasma related questions will come in the exam. I would like to show you one paragraph. This paragraph is very important, students. I'm expecting one question from this paragraph in 2025. 2025 exam, final exam, this paragraph, one question can come. Look at here, what is mentioned. We have seen in previous section the blood transport food, oxygen and waste material in our body. Statement based question can come from this line. Assertion, reason can come from this line. Plasma, blood can transport what? Food, oxygen, waste material. These waste materials are urea, uric acid and ammonia, nitrogenous waste, creatinine. Okay, to excretory organ, kidney. Next, we learned about the blood being a fluid connective tissue. Yes, statement question. Blood is a fluid connective tissue. Blood consists of fluid medium called plasma. Yes, in which the cells are suspended. Statement based question can come. Statement based question can come from this exactly line. Remember, next, plasma transport food. Look at here, this question also important. Plasma transport food, carbon dioxide, nitrogenous waste in dissolved form. Dissolved form. Oxygen is carried by red blood cells. Many other substances like salts also transported by the blood. Remember, this paragraph, statement based question, assertion reason question, high chance is there. My dear little kids, this paragraph one more time read before your exam. Shall we move on to the next question? Look at the next question. The inner wall of small intestine. The inner wall of small intestine have finger-like projections called villi, which are rich in blood supply. Absolutely correct. I already read this line in our what they call intestinal question. Clear? Rich in blood supply. Absolutely correct. These villi have large surface area to help in the small intestine is in completing the digestion of food. They're asking what? These villi have a large surface area, completion of food digestion, or increase the surface area for absorption. Any one of you help me out? If you closely read the question one more time, these villi have large surface area, I agree with this one, to help small intestine completing digestion or absorption. Digestion is because of enzymes present in the small intestine. This villi large surface for more and more absorption, student, not digestion. So this is a wrong statement. So I'm going with what? Assertion true, reason false. Option C is the correct answer. Look at here how minute, how deeply they given. If you are not reading NCERT properly, there is a chance of lose the marks. Keep in mind, all of you. Okay, next question. Look at here, what's clearly mentioned. Digested food is taken up by the walls of intestine. In the inner lining of small intestine has numerous finger-like projections called villi, which increase surface area for absorption, not for digestion. NCERT mention, not for digestion. Are you with me, students? You got my point? So remember, read NCERT line by line. Let me finish this. Look at here. The villi are rich supply with blood vessels which take the absorbed food to each carry of the cell. This is called what? Absorption. If you are able to recall the holozoic nutrition, 5 steps are there. Ingestion, digestion, absorption, transportation, and also what will be egestion. Yes or no? So what is this process? Tell me. First one is called ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, and also what? Tell me, egestion. There are 5 steps are there in the holozoic type of nutrition, right? So this villi for increased surface area, not for complete digestion. So our previous question, if you closely look at the previous question, these villi have a large surface area to help in the small intestine completing digestion. No, it's not completing digestion of food. It is for what? Tell me, absorption. Absorption of food. Clear, student? Come to the next question. Look at here. This many questions are coming from where? Life process, one single chapter, 2023, 2024. 2-year questions from life process we have been discussed, and in the next video session, life process 2 mark, 3 mark case study also I'm going to discuss. So all of you watch this video, prepare well for your final examination. All the very best. Thank you.